Hello everybody and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is Colton and today I will be testing out the Brambleberry Gemstone Soap Making Kit. That is a really fun melt and pour soap making kit. We have very little experience with melt and pour, so when I saw this on the website I had to try it out. So stay tuned and see me make this really cool gemstone inspired melt and pour soap. Alrighty, so like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, today I am going to be making the Gemstone Melt and Pour Soap Kit from Brambleberry. So we're going to do a quick unboxing here. In all of the Brambleberry kits that we've ever done, there's always super detailed instructions, and then almost everything you need to do the actual kit. So in that little bag was a pipette, and then there's 3 different micas in here. There's a Snowflake Ultra Sparkle mica, a Rose Pearl mica, and a Stormy Blue mica. We've used all of these in other soaps that we've made and we love them. Some of them are on the shelf that you can't see, it's off screen, but we really enjoy them. We also got a little bottle of some rubbing alcohol to spritz the top of the soap with, which is great. And then in this super well packaged bubble wrap here is a little trial size of the Love Spell type fragrance oil. This is such a good fragrance. It's a little floral, but it's not super heavy. It's not super perfumey either. I really liked it. We've got some Melt and Pour Clear Melt Soap Base, which I have never used this before from Brambleberry, so I was excited to try it. And then a 4-cavity hexagon mold, which is what that is. We have used a soap making kit. It's actually how we learned how to make cold process soap, the White Lily and Aloe soap making kit. I'll link it down in the description box below. I've also used the Galaxy Bath Bomb kit, I think, and then I used the Sensuous Sandalwood candle making kit, and I did a video of that, so I'll link that up in the corner. We're just gonna follow the instructions. Like I said, we haven't really used melt and pour soap, so I am really relying on these instructions. The first step was to chop up the melt and pour soap base into little cubes and put them in a microwave safe container. So that is what I am doing here. It's super easy to cut melt and pour soap if you've never done it before. This soap making kit came with enough soap base to make 1 mold's worth, so 4 soap bars, which is a perfect amount to give as gifts or use for yourself or what have you. Once all of the soap base is cut up into small pieces, you microwave it in 30-second bursts until it is nice and clear and ready to use. This was at about 150 or 160 degrees. I was using the thermometer here, which isn't included in the kit, because you wanted it to be at about 135, if I'm remembering correctly, to do the swirl technique that you were aiming for in the kit. While you were waiting for the soap base to get to that 135-ish degree goal temperature, you added your fragrance oil. I added the maximum amount of fragrance oil that it suggested, because cold process soap isn't something we have really done except once, and it was kind of like a disastrous kit from a local craft store that I'm sure had been on the shelf forever. It was just not an easy product to work with. I wasn't familiar with how the scent stayed around in the soaping process, which I think it stays around better in melt and pour than in cold process, just based on the temperatures. You're not heating this up any more than what the soap base comes out of the microwave as, whereas cold process soap, it is continuing to raise in temperature as it goes through the saponification process. Once you add in that fragrance oil, you want to whisk up the soap base really well to get the scent nice and well incorporated. I'm just using a scraper there to make sure that that is good and incorporated. It got a little cloudy, which at first I thought it was getting too cold, but once you stirred it a lot, it cleared up quite a bit, and so I think that's just part of using a clear glycerin soap base like this. And the next step said to add in some of that Ultra Sparkle Snowflake mica, about 1/4 teaspoon, and then whisk that in. So I got this nifty little whisk from Restaurant Supply, or Zac did, I didn't pick it out. But it's flat bottom, which is really nice for the type of applications we use it for. Once that Ultra Sparkle Snowflake mica is mixed in, you portion it off into 3 containers. It said you could do as many as you would like, but I was just going at this basically like I had never made soap before, so I didn't have extra mica or anything like that. So I just used the colorants that were provided to me. I did switch, just for the video, the last remaining soap base into a 3rd same like size container, instead of having one kind of chunky container and then 2 smaller containers. It was about 2/3 cup worth of soap into each of the 3 containers once I divided it up evenly. And then I did have to reheat the soap base a little bit. It was getting a little thick, which I think is just the nature of melt and pour soap. It makes sense because you're mixing up the fragrance and the color into there. But before I heated it up, I added in a little bit of that rose mica. I did about 1/4 teaspoon of this as well. I kind of wish I would have gone a little bit lighter because my colors, the pink and the blue, are very vibrant, and then the Ultra Sparkle Snowflake, basically you can't see. And this is operator error. This isn't anything to do with the kit. This would be a super fun kit if you like got a couple of them and had friends over, or you were watching, maybe, I don't have kids, but slightly older kids, because it doesn't get super hot. You could do the heating up yourself and then have them mix in colors and have them pour in different colors and things into the molds. It was really fun. It definitely was easier than that other kit I tried. I definitely expected the process to be like super fast and not having any time to breathe, which was our experience with the last one. This one definitely had a little bit more play in with the actual like soaping process, which was nice. You didn't have to rush quite so much, which again would make like a fun activity for a small group of people or some kids or something like that. And then I did whisk up the pink and the blue. They had a little bit of like a skin on the top of them from reheating. The white one, interestingly, didn't have that, and I'm not sure why, because I heated them up all at the same time. And then we'll just check to see that they are at the temperature we were going for. And then in the instructions, it said to pour them at the same time at like opposing sides, which is what I was doing here. And I was really impressed with how they stuck like on their individual sides, and they didn't really mix together that well or that much, which is really cool. And you fill these up to about 3/4 height, because you're going to drop in that Ultra Sparkle White mica soap base there in a minute. The one thing, and this again is kind of operator error, is you can see where I went back through and filled up more of the soap. There's like a seam kind of in the finished product, which if I would have been a little more confident in my pours, that wouldn't have been an issue. It's not really a huge issue. I'm sure once you start using the soap, you won't even be able to see that. And then the final step would be to pour in the Ultra Sparkle Snowflake soap and make a nice kind of swirl. Like I said, I had never had any sort of experience with melt and pour. You do spritz it with some rubbing alcohol to pop any bubbles, but I definitely would recommend this kit for anyone that's interested in trying out melt and pour soap. I bought this with our own money. We're not sponsored by Brambleberry, but it was a really fun time, so definitely check it out. If you want to support the channel, we do have a subscription service where you can get soaps or candles of the month from us, so check out our website for more details on that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below what else you'd like to see us do, and also subscribe to the channel so you can see what RainBro Crafts comes up with next. Thanks.